Chief Meteorologist Jason Sadeko here with a severe weather update for you. If I can get Lynx 1 onto the computer here, that'd be great. We've got a tornado warning that is in effect for Des Moines right now. If we can flip to the other links, actually, that would be good. You can see the area that I've got behind me, that area of rotation is right there. So to the southeast of Johnston, we've got that rotation that's working its way through the metro, and you can see just a bullseye of it southeast of Johnston. I'll zoom in a little bit further for you here, and we'll take a look at the velocities, but really just stout rotation. That's going to be southeast to northwest Beaver Drive, northwest 26th Street. We're talking east of Meredith Drive, northeast of Meredith Drive. So circulation just kind of ramped up and tightened up, and well, here we are again. I'm going to continue to track this out. We'll put a storm track on it for you now. It looks like that main area of rotation is actually just out of that tornado warned polygon there. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit further here, and we'll put a track on this for you. Again, these have been moving around 30 miles per hour. It's nice to have a little break, I guess, but we're right back to it. Saylorville, 2 minutes. We've got Saylor Station coming in at 5 minutes. Overlabor coming in at 7 minutes. Sunnybrook Mobile Home Park coming up in 9 minutes. White Oak, 11 minutes. Bondurant, 19 minutes. And Elkhart coming in at 22 minutes. So we've had a couple areas where we've seen rotation kind of spike up again. I'm going to go statewide here and then zoom back in. If this will work for me. Here we go. Let's go, computer. So we've got an area that's off to the south too, on the very bottom edge of this line, where we've had some rotation that has been trekking its way through portions where we saw the stuff before, Afton along Highway 34. So hopping up on velocities, you can see it there, just a little couplet. But the metro again has been the one with the most rotation on it right now. I'm going to hop back over there. We'll go local here. We can see where that tornado warning sits. Really stout stuff up off to the northeast too. Again, we still have that soupy air mass out east of these storms. So we could continue to see at least some of this activity as we head through around midnight or so. We'll zoom in, make sure we don't have any other areas of rotation that we're dealing with. But this is the primary one as it sits right now. Even the storms to the north don't look too bad. We'll have to keep an eye on some of this activity. Could again be a long night, but you can see that main area of rotation. We got another radar update in right now that is sitting east of Johnston. Marquisville, you can see it there. This is headed towards Norwood. I'm going to pop sheer back up for you here, and you can see just to the northwest there. I don't know if this perfectly aligns with where that rotation looks like it is. Okay, there we go. So heading towards Overlabor. Again, this is trekking its way to the northeast a bit. So as we head into the next 20 minutes or so, hopefully see this kind of pulse down, but it's bringing in some heavy rain along with that. A whole lot of lightning, may even have a little bit of a hail core here. We'll see what we can see. Around an inch or so is what I would say for the hail that could be associated with this storm. But again, the rotation is strong enough where it looks like we may continue to see this go for a little bit longer. Weather Service is putting some text in chat here, and they're talking about the increasing velocity couplet. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing on here right now in this area right here. So I'm going to zoom in on a little bit further, and we'll go through this again. So areas zoomed in, again, Saylorville, you're right in the middle of that area of rotation. We'll put up sheer here for you. And zoom in a little bit further. Northwest 66th Avenue is where we're looking. East of Northwest 26th Street. In between there in Northwest 2nd Street is that primary area of rotation that we're continuing to see trek eastward. So a lot of the storms died down as they shifted east, but we had that line that was working its way in from the west. And this has been embedded within that. So as we go into your radar, you can see it there. Just a wide storm, and again, we're really close to the radar, so it's going to be reading that lower level of rotation pretty accurately, and what we're seeing again is some pretty stout rotation in that area. So we're going to keep on track with this until this expires or until it weakens, but as it sits right now, pretty strong storm again pushing its way through portions of the metro over similar areas where we saw previous storms make their way through. So I know it's 11:09, but I hope you've got your weather radios out and again your KCCI app. Don't want you guys to go to bed quite yet until we've got this locked down for you. I'm going to put another track on it here for you, and we'll give you an idea of when it's going to be in your neck of the woods. So here's your storm track. here's the center of that rotation. Moving to the northeast, we'll go around 33 miles per hour. Saylorville, this is right now. You need to be in your safe place. Again, this is not a confirmed on the ground tornado. This is radar indicated, but with what we've seen today, it doesn't take much. You get those radar indications, and we've got those generally, the possibility for those to be on the ground. Orr-Labor, you've got 4 minutes. Bondurant, 14 minutes now. Elkhart, 16 minutes. Farrar coming in at 28 minutes. So again, a situation where we have got potentially tornadic rotation. It's going to be working its way through portions of the metro, really northern portions of the metro as it sits right now. I'm going to go statewide again here. I want to keep an eye on that other cell that we've got off through southern portions of the state. So I know I'm jumping around a little bit here, but it's actually 2 storms that we need to watch. And this one to the south, we'll toss the shear tracker up here. Doesn't look quite as good as the one that we've been looking at. Velocity is a little messy. Storm relative, though, you can see just a little baby couplet there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that too. But again, the main storm, I'm going to hop back up to the north here, and you can see where that rotation sits. Ann, what are you seeing over there?
Just similar things, but I was going to ask you, Jason, I almost want to tell people in Ankeny maybe to keep their guard up, because it looks like some of those stronger winds are just outside of that warning there from the polygon. I don't know if you noticed that too. But
absolutely.
I know Ankeny is not included in the warning, but perhaps you're awake now because of the thunder and the lightning. I mean, it doesn't hurt just to go down into your basement or, lowest level interior room if you have it. Again, as Jason mentioned, a few spots of rotation showing up here on the shear tracker. This is the one that I was looking at because it did line up a little bit with some of those stronger winds. And again, it's outside of the tornado warning, but just to the south of Ankeny. And again, Ankeny not included in this, but this rotation, at least not looking as strong as it just did with the past 5 minutes or so in the last couple of scans. But let's give you a look at the impact tracker. Jason also brought this up a little bit ago, but quite a bit of hail potentially with this cell. This is all of the blue that you see here. So right over Johnston, out towards Urbandale, right along I-35 here as well. We'll query some of this and give you an idea of kind of upwards of maybe an inch hail. I can't remember. I think the warning gave for about an inch or less in diameter hail. So there is some decent hail with this, along with the stronger winds. You've got the lightning and the thunder. If I zoom out here, let me just throw this into motion quickly, and you can kind of see. So it's, again, pushing off to the east here, off to the north into the east, right over I-35 right now. Places like Altoona, again, also included in the warning, and we know you were included in a warning earlier tonight, but this is, again, a different storm bringing that same potential of a possible tornado on the ground. But notice, again, with the shear tracker coming in a little bit stronger now, just to the north of Saylor Station, just to the west here of Orr-Labor, along South Ankeny Boulevard here. So I don't know, maybe be a little bit concerned about that, Jason. In my mind, again, we've seen tonight, lots of little areas of rotation within the same cell. Yeah,
exactly. And you get one of those little red dots, which is that in slightly more intense rotation. And time again, we've seen those actually form a tornado. And again, that is outside of the polygon at this point. So I'm going to put another track on this. So we've got our own polygon to track this. Because, again, that main area of rotation has shifted a bit. We could even be seeing, we'll have to keep an eye down here a little bit for maybe even a secondary area of rotation, but as it looks right now, still dealing with some of that. And thank goodness, it looks like even on the last scan, it may have weakened a little bit. Yeah, that rotation's become a little bit more broad, so this may be a little bit of a quick hitter here, but I'm still going to put a new storm track on it for you. Give you an idea when it's going to be where you are. So again, we've had these moving around 30, 35 miles per hour generally, and that's going to mean areas like Farrar coming in at 17 minutes, Maxwell coming in at 23 minutes, Cullens coming in at 28 minutes, and with this storm, again, as Ann was talking about, we've had torrential downpours. You can see the hail core on this just to the southwest of Elkhart. Really solid hail core associated with this storm. This is just to the northwest of Bondurant. You can see a little bit of a hook there, quite a bit of a hook there, right on that northern edge of that polygon. So let's hop back over to velocities. And again, not a really strong signal there, but when we hop over to shear tracker, you can still see that little ball And that's what we're going to continue to track here. So zooming in, Northeast 46th Street, that's Northeast 29th Street. Again, this is going to be east of Ankeny now is where we're looking. North of Berwick, west of Bondurant. We'll put this in motion so you can see where that area of rotation is heading. And it's just kind of grazing that northern edge of the tornado-warned polygon there. So that's going to be your main area of rotation. Let's hop over to a couple different products here. But I don't think we'd have a debris ball on this, and we don't.